Hey there, how's it going? Vladimir Donis here. So hey, today I'm coming to you with day 3 of my 30-day video challenge. And the thing that I want to talk to you about today is making decisions. So if you haven't had a chance to catch video number 1 and video 2 inside of this video challenge, you should be able to see it somewhere on this page, somewhere on this channel, depending on where you are watching from. So just a quick recap. Day number 2, I talked about why did I decide the type of business on the type of business model that I decided to go with. I went over my first business and why did I make the decision to go with my first, my first business. So I walked you through that journey. And today I want to talk to you about decisions. You probably already have heard this before, but life is about, decisions. When it was time for me to decide on, say, hey, how's it going, Angel? When it was time for me to decide to go into business, I had to make a decision. Now, to be honest with you, but that decision was not a popular decision for some of my friends and for some of my family members, because friends and family members, out of concern and out of love, sometimes they talk you out of doing things, right? So some of the concerns that some of my friends and my family had at that time was, hey, you're going into a very competitive market. There's already so many different people doing it. Don't do that. You're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your money, so on and so forth. And that's all good and well. But then, okay, so if I don't go into that position, or if I don't go into that market, what market do I go into? And do I just sit around for the next several years debating on what type of business I need, to launch? Entrepreneurship and life, for that fact, it's about making and keeping, commitment. At that time, the commitment that I had made to myself was that, hey, I want to go into business, and I needed to decide to go into a business. So that was one of the takeaways that I have as a result of making that decision. I learned so many different things from that decision, and my guess is you're going to learn a lot of things from whatever decision you decide to make as well. What you won't learn from is you won't learn if you don't decide to make a decision. If you decide to just keep thinking about it, if you decide to just keep, one day, someday I'm going to try X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? Sometimes someday never comes. So you need to be able to make decisions. The other decision that I made is I decided to hire a programmer. And what I noticed about that individual is that that individual had decided to make a decision as well. And the decision that this person made is this person decided to position their brand and position their company to be able to be profitable. And here's what I mean. I remember when I was searching for the type of individual that was going to build my site for me, I simply went to Google, right? I went to Google and I typed in a search. I can't remember the exact search query that I typed, but I typed something along the lines of, I'm looking for a programmer or someone to to build me a dating site, or someone to build me a site. Him and a couple of other different companies came up, and I interviewed a couple of different companies. And at the end of the day, I ended up paying this guy, $30,000. Now, essentially, that person made a decision to position their company to pay for marketing because they knew that there's a very high possibility that they can go ahead and get a return on investment. I remember having a conversation with this individual and asking them, hey, you know what, this marketing thing you're doing, and I was very new to it. I didn't really know what AdWords were at that time. But I remember asking this person, hey, this marketing that you're doing, how much are you paying for it? So, give or take, I think he was paying a couple of $100, a week per se. Now, this individual told me that he did it because he knew that he could be, very profitable, not only be very profitable, but B, he could actually grow his business. So from a decision standpoint, he had decided and he had determined that in order for his business to grow beyond word of mouth, beyond just word, friends and family, which is fine as well for some industries and for some people. But in this specific individual case, he made a decision that he was going to market and promote his business. He was going to pay Google to show up on search queries, and then that was going to allow him to receive a high return on investment. I know during the week that he marketed his business and he found me, he made a huge return on investment because he only spent a couple of $100, and in his case, he made a lot more money in return. So essentially, it's about, decision. I was just thinking about the decision that that individual had made, for his business. So essentially, right, as a takeaway, I just want you to make a decision. Decide on what it is that you're going to do. Decide on what action you're going to take, and just do it, right? There's going to be some things, regardless of what that decision is that you decide, that's not going to work. I can guarantee you that. However, the other thing that I can guarantee you is that you're going to learn from those decisions, and those decisions are going to allow you experience, expertise, knowledge, know-how, perspective. And then once you have all of those things, you will be able to continue to move forward. So make a decision. I don't care what it is, right? So long as it's something that is, productive and that aligns with your goals and that aligns with what you want to do as a business person or as a professional, just make a decision, make the mistake, learn from it, and then kind of just continue to move on. So that's all I have for today for day number 3 inside of my 30-day video challenge. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.